Hey guys, this is Miss Momo. Today is August. No. Hey guys, this is Miss Momo. Today is Sunday, October 8th, and it is about 8 o'clock at night. And I am just finishing up my presentation for tomorrow. Tomorrow in my school district, we call it Professional Development Day. So students do not have to go to school, but teachers are mandated to go. And it will be a day of professional development for teachers. Now tomorrow all PDs will happen inside the school building, and the PDs will be led by teacher leaders. And I've been asked very kindly by my admin team if I would present tomorrow and if I would present on innovative teaching strategies, and of course I said yes, I will. So tomorrow, what I'm going to be talking about are innovative teaching strategies. But before I just jump right into listing what I think are really innovative teaching strategies, I want my colleagues to think about why they will be implementing the strategies and for them to kind of piece together the strategies that will work best for their kids. So I'm going to walk you through very quickly what I'm going to do tomorrow. And I want you to give me your feedback. Tell me what you think. I'll definitely let you know if you're interested how my PD went. But in the meantime, let's get started. Okay, so when they first walk into my classroom, I'm going to use best practice, and they are going to receive a warm-up. So they're going to receive just a half sheet of paper, and as they walk in, I'm going to hand it to them and say, hi, how are you? How's your day been going? Just like I would do with the students. I'll be in the doorway, I'll greet the students at the door, and then they'll come in and do the warm-up. Because this is not a regular class and I'm not teaching students, I have to modify it a bit for the adults. So instead of a normal 5-minute warm-up I would do with students, this warm-up would be 3 minutes. And students have their own interactive notebook where they will have their little area in the notebook where they will write the warm-up. This is different. I'll just hand the warm-up out to my colleagues as they come in. And the warm-up question for tomorrow, or for the PD, is list a engaging strategy that you have used with your kids so far this year. So what I want to garner from that question from my colleagues is, first of all, what do they think are engaging strategies? I am earning a doctorate in education, and so I've been doing a lot of research about engaging strategies. And what we think are engaging may not necessarily be engaging to our students, or there are different levels of engagement. That you could be passively engaged or you can be actively engaged. So I just want to take 3 minutes. I want the teachers to write those things down. After the 3 minutes are up, I'll have them give me some of their ideas. I'll write them down. I won't judge, but in the back of my mind, I know where I would like to focus more specifically when it comes to innovative teaching strategies based on what their feedback is for an engaging activity. So after the 3-minute warm-up, what we will do second is I will go over the objective. I will go over the agenda for the day, and then I'm going to have them do a small group activity, and I am going to model it now for us. So when they come into my room, they'll have a large sheet of paper, and then on the large sheet of paper, I will have them write the words, titles, problem, issue, teacher to do, and then outcome, and parentheses, best case scenario. And at each table, they will have a set of sticky notes. And the sticky notes will be in 4 different colors. Hey guys, I'm back. And I have an article that I pulled offline that really summarizes the innovative strategies that I've heard about and that I think will be really good choices for the kids in my building. So what I would do during PD tomorrow is I have a PowerPoint where I will go through these with the staff members, and also have printed out these articles for them. So as I am going over them with a PowerPoint, they also have a sheet of paper to reference, and they can take with them if they so choose. But for the purpose of this YouTube video, I'm just going to go quickly over the 7 innovative instructional practices to engage students and support learning. And the article that I got this from, I will link down below so I can credit the source, and just in case you're interested and can use it for yourself, you can use it. But the first one is called Join the Maker Movement, or the Makerspace movement that's been going on, I know, in the United States. I don't know about internationally. But what I like about this is it tells you that the maker movement is more than having kids create things using a 3D printer. That's really big picture. It is really about getting kids to be creative, to use their resources and create something that they can talk about, that they can utilize or bring back to what they've learned in the classroom. So makerspace, any form, I think is great for our kids. And you know, it's always something that you could tailor depending on the level of the kids. I have a group of AP kids that would love to do a magnificent 3D large scale project, but I also have lower level kids that probably would be very satisfied with doing a 2D version of something more small, on the smaller scale. Either way, the kids are learning, I'm supporting them, and as long as they are transferring skills that they learned, making it to the classroom and vice versa, I'm happy. Number 2 would be applying inquiry-based teaching techniques as an innovative skill. Inquiry-based techniques have been around for a few years. I'm a science teacher, so I had definitely been teaching inquiry-based for a few years now. But it's kind of new. I think in other subject areas, science is kind of natural for things to be inquiry-based because that's what science is. But for my other subject colleagues, this would be a great way to introduce your students to thinking for themselves and asking questions on their own. We can prompt them, obviously, and probably is good for them. But it's a good way for students to not expect to be told what the process is going to be, and for them to kind of think through what should happen next and what they anticipate is going to happen next. Number 3 would be radically collaborate with teachers in your school and around the world. So as teachers, we all collaborate, most likely in PLCs, professional learning communities, but I like the word radically because it's thinking outside the box. So if you do a project every year, if I'm a science teacher, I do a project every year, the same old create a game project where you use math skills. That is collaboration, but it's not radical. So if you want to do something out of the box, doing something different, that would be an innovative teaching strategy. Number 4 would be flip your classroom instruction. This is something I would absolutely love to do. Flipping your classroom in a just means that you would record your content lectures on some kind of platform such as YouTube, and students will be responsible for reviewing and gaining their knowledge about the content before they even come to the classroom. So when they get to the classroom, they would be learning about the application portion. They already learned about a specific content. When they get into the classroom, it's time for practice and application. Number 5, collect your lessons with real-world applications through project-based learning. This is another buzzword that's been around in education for a few years, but I have seen project-based learning in title, and I've also seen true project-based learning. And what I am going to emphasize to my colleagues tomorrow is true project-based learning, where it is actually connected to the classroom, and students can see the relevance for what you're teaching them beyond the 4 walls. Number 6 will be Leverage industry professionals to enhance your curriculum. This is something that I must say I have not done before. I have never went through my curriculum, found a particular unit or a topic and invited a professional into the classroom. I know it's done a lot, I think, especially in elementary schools, but I don't know how often we think about inviting professionals into our classroom as secondary teachers. But if you do that, and if you have done that, please leave a comment below. I would love to hear your story and get any suggestions. Maybe that's something I can do this year. And the very last innovative strategy is let your passions guide you. Whatever you are interested in, that is what your focus should be with those kids. I am teaching a new course this year, and if it has absolutely no interest to me or no interest to my kids, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. As teachers, if we're going to be innovative, we have to be passionate. As students, they know that if they're not passionate, they're not going to be innovative. So we kind of have to use the same thought process. We're going to let our passion guide us to creativity and to learning more and being better. So that's just a run through of the 7 innovative strategies. I'm just going to go through them with the people in my PD, and we're going to talk about them. One thing that I know is missing from this list is anything that is technology related, because technology, I don't know if it's so innovative anymore. I know we have different apps, we have different things that we can do with the kids, but the computer generation is their generation. I don't know how innovative that is. We can use technology as resources to get through project-based learning. We can use technology as a way to get content across to flip our classroom, but technology itself should not be an innovative piece. It should be a mainstay in our classrooms anyway. Okay, so once we do that, we're gonna focus back on our web that we started earlier, and let's get back to it. So the last thing we're gonna put on our web is teacher to do. So after we have discussed and went over a few innovative strategies, I am going to put these sticky notes up, and I'm going to have them in their small groups talk about what teachers can do, which innovative strategy they think will best fit one of their classes. Let's start off with one class first. What strategy they think would be a best fit to bridge the gap between the issue and the best case scenario. So for example, as I was going through the innovative list, I really felt that having an industry professional enhance my curriculum. I think that will bridge the gap between the kids not being engaged to the kids in the cell phone. So if I put industry professional, I think that would help with the interest level of the class for my kids. So I am going to draw an arrow from kids not engaged. If I bring in an industry professional, I have some kind of activity or lesson around it. I think that is going to help with the kids not being engaged and not using the kids not being engaged or on their cell phone. Or I can say kids are not engaged. What if I give them a project-based learning project or activity? Okay, so what I can do is kids not engaged, problem-based learning activity, but I think if I do it correctly, kids will be the leaders of their own learning, and because they will be so engaged, they will not be using their cell phone. Kids don't care. I think that will help with a project-based activity, and again, that's going to help with kids facilitating. It's okay to say some of these projects will not work out for my kids. I already know for one of my classes, a flipped classroom is never going to work. I am not there yet with my kids. My kids are used to having support. They're used to getting information from me. They are used to having me there if they get stuck for a minute to come help them out. They're used to that. I think I need to try to get them out of it, but I'm not to the point where I can completely just give a lecture or a lesson via YouTube, have them learn it on their own, and then when they come into the classroom, it will be completely practice. We're not there yet, and I know that. But this is what I'm going to have them do. So at the end of it, they should have some kind of web. They should have the problem, an issue, teacher to do, and the best case scenario and outcome. And to keep with best practice, after we are done, I would do a summary of everything we've done today. Plus, I will give them an exit. And the exit question will be, tell me one innovative strategy that you will use for one of your classes this year. So that will be it. I will definitely let you know how it went. I am going to put up this video tonight. So hopefully you are watching this before I actually do the PD tomorrow. And if you are watching it, if you have any suggestions on how I can make it better or more interesting, engaging for my colleagues, or if you have any other innovative strategy that you think should be included, you let me know. Until then, thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you know every time I upload a video, and don't forget to comment.